go fly.
What? Are you coming back next Friday?
I want to, but I can't.
Whatever. Bye. Have a great weekend.
An extraordinary scene playing out here. The arrival of Pope Francis.
When stories matter,
The flood of refugees coming into Hungary.
he brings them to you.
I am a father. I have 2 children. I understand you.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Throughout the history of live television, there's never been an event as big as this.
Undateable is going live.
I'm gonna live tweet that it's on. Send. There it is.
They did it once and it was a hit.
Thank you.
Now they're doing it all season long, starting with a 1-hour premiere.
Do I feel a hug coming on?
Let's do a reverse Oreo.
Oh, that's when the chocolate's on the inside.
Undateable Live starts next Friday.
The new $5 million Flamingo Multiplier scratch-off game from the Florida
Our
Lottery.
next treasure is said to hold the power of multiplying fortunes.
With a chance to win up to 100 times your prize instantly, the Flamingo Multiplier is truly a treasure to behold. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
On account of how important it is to be smart with your money, because you worked hard for it, and because it can take you places. On account of your community, of how sweet it is to invest in it and keep it one of a kind. On account of all this and more, it's time for Seacoast Bank. A smarter bank, a connected bank, and just as important, a local bank. Seacoast Bank, better by all accounts.
Eyeglass World asks, what do you look for when you buy glasses?
I like to mix it up, so I need bold styles, classic styles, and affordable prices. Having lots of choices and saving money is important. That's why I come to Eyeglass World.
Only Eyeglass World gives you 2 pairs for $78, so you can always afford more than 1 pair.
My glasses are part of my personal style. They're me.
Eyeglass World. Glasses that make the difference. Prices that make it possible.
You never let the weather stop you, so when big changes are on the way, you deserve to know first. When you see this, you'll know. Storm Team 5 activated a weather alert day. Using Live Viper 5 Max, the most advanced storm tracking tool, will give you live hourly updates and continuous coverage everywhere until the weather passes. When it comes down to it, it's your day, and we want you to stay safe. Storm Team 5 Weather Alert Days, only on WPTV News Channel 5.
Time and temperature from TD Bank.
Live, local from WPTV. This is Today on 5 at 11. Local coverage you can count on.
Good morning, everybody. It is straight up 11 o'clock, and welcome to Today on 5 at 11. We have so much jam-packed into this show before we head into the weekend.
Does that make it a fast hour?
Let's hope so.
Well, hopefully, right?
Hey, listen, today we're counting down the days until Halloween, 29. Just do the math for you. And a sneak peek at a spooky haunted house. Is there any other kind in Boca Raton?
By the way, I'm still making your tutu. I don't want you to think I've forgotten about
Make
your
it
costume.
pink.
Yeah, but he's got the hula skirt. But anyway, we're going to get real serious with a local woman.
that.
She's legally blind, and she got the chance to see. Can you imagine? This new technology is changing her life. And it's Green Market time. We've got one that gets underway tomorrow. And the iconic, the wonderful, the generous Jack the Bike Man.
Yeah,
so as
that's
we
gonna
said,
be
it's
cool.
jammed.
Oh, we have some great visitors in the studio today. First, so we're following weather right now. So many people along the Northeast, they're getting prepared just in case Hurricane Joaquin pays a visit. Let's check in with Glenn Glazer. Glenn, tell us the latest on this Category 4 hurricane.
Well, things are looking a little bit better right now. Not so much for the Bahamas. Joaquin has been almost stationary for most of the days so far. Still a Category 4 hurricane, but the latest track is a little farther to the east, and Joaquin has begun to move northward instead of heading down a little bit to the southwest and west like it has been for the past few days. Here's the latest tropical satellite picture. You can see all that cloud cover, showers and thunderstorms bubbling up in the middle of all that thunderstorm activity. A lot of convection in the middle there. So it's Category 4, winds at 130 miles per hour, moving north at 3 miles per hour. And after another day or so, it will really start to accelerate to the northeast. This is the latest latest track from the National Hurricane Center, and you can see this track much farther away from the U.S. coast than the previous track. Now, it still takes a little bit of a turn to the north as we get to the end of the weekend and the beginning of next week, but then the computer models are taking it more on an easterly track before it has any real big impact on land. It still could impact the East Coast. It's a pretty big storm, so if it ends up on this side of the cone here, we still could see some impact, and of course big swells along the east coast of the U.S. Got a little rainfall around right now, none of it on shore. We'll talk about that cool front headed our way coming up in just a few minutes.
And new at 11, a West Palm Beach woman is being held without bond this morning after she was charged with the attempted murder of her husband. Christina Balazzi was arrested at her home on Palmbrook Circle at about 8 last night. According to investigators, she admitted to stabbing her husband about 7 times after an argument. Her husband's injuries were not serious. She was not hurt.
We, the jury, found the defendant, Eris Tisdale, as to count 1, guilty of first-degree murder.
Eris Tisdale is now facing a possible death sentence after a jury convicted him for the murder of St. Lucie County Sheriff's Deputy Gary Morales. Sergeant Morales was shot and killed during a traffic stop in Fort Pierce in February of 2013. Chief Assistant State Attorney Tom Bakkedahl said that he was pleased the jury found Tisdale guilty of premeditated murder. That's the key to locking the possibility for Tisdale to be sentenced to death.
The woman who says a Boynton Beach deputy raped her last year was brought back into court. Defense attorneys questioned her yesterday about a picture she took in high school. In it, she is posing on the hood of a police car. The woman says Officer Stephen Maiorino raped her on the hood of his patrol car. She said she took the picture in high school because she was being silly, not because it was a fantasy. Officer Maiorino claims the sex was consensual. He faces life in prison if convicted.
Such a big story making national news. Doctors say another victim of the Oregon school shooting will likely get out of the hospital today, which leaves 2 of the survivors left in the hospital. Authorities are spending time now trying to learn more about the gunman. They do say they found several guns, though, in the shooter, Chris Harper's apartment. He was killed, but not before killing at least 9 students and seriously hurting 7 others. Witnesses say Harper chose his targets based on their religion.
My teacher had come running into the room in a very big panic, telling all the students, 20 plus, to come into a teacher's room in the back and hide and duck down, shut off all the lights, and don't make any noise.
President Obama also talking about the attacks. He says, unfortunately, Americans have become numb to these kind of events since they're happening so often. The FBI has spent some time interviewing the gunman's father, who says he is devastated by what his son did.
And cases like this are only fueling the guns on college campuses debate. And it's a really hot topic in Florida. Right now, a bill is making its way through the legislature that would allow concealed weapons on campuses. Supporters say you have a constitutional right to carry in order to protect yourself. Opponents, however, say guns would only make college campuses more dangerous.
Here in Florida, gunfire erupted yesterday evening. 3 people were killed. 1 was wounded in the shooting in English. According to the Levy County Sheriff's Office, the shooter, a male, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound in a house. The Sheriff's Office believes the shooting stemmed from a domestic issue.
There is a lot of trash talking going on in Indian River County. About 23% of people there still don't have their new trash bins, and even more don't have the new recycling bins, which they need because the county switched to an automated pickup system. Waste Management promises everyone will have those new bins before their next pickup day. 24 crews will be working through the weekend to make sure this happens. The saga between Port St. Lucie and VGTI still isn't over. The building was supposed to be handed over to the city yesterday, but instead it is now in the hands of the court. VGTI says it tried to turn over the keys yesterday, but the city wasn't ready. The failed bio research company says a glitch on the city's end now has the 2 sides trying to come up with a business to look after that building until the city can take over. The city attorney says she hopes that'll happen in the next few weeks.
I'm Mike Trim here in the newsroom tracking this story as the Vatican releasing a statement after Pope Francis did in fact meet with Kim Davis, the embattled Kentucky County clerk that really sparked the gay marriage debate here in this country after her refusal to sign same-sex marriage licenses. Let's take a look at the statement the Vatican has released and saying in part the situation of Mrs. Davis and meeting with her should not be considered a form of support of her position. You can kind of read on there, but we do want to tell you the Vatican went on to say Pope Francis met with people during his visit, including Mrs. Davis in the U.S. due to his kindness and availability, the words the Vatican using today to describe that meeting. Back to you in the studio.
I'm Chris Stewart live in the studio. A lot of you talking about what shot across our sky early this morning. A rocket taking off from Cape Canaveral, and it created quite the show in the skies above us here in South Florida. Many of you sending in pictures just like this one. And I also want to show you some of the best footage you will see of this rocket launch anywhere. Chopper 5 capturing this exclusive shot live on the air this morning. The rocket took off from Cape Canaveral around 6:30 this morning. It was carrying a Mexican communications satellite into orbit. We have a full gallery with dozens of images that you sent us. There it is right there on your screen. If you have any pictures or video of the launch, send them to us using the U-Report feature on the WPTV app. And if you did miss this launch today, don't worry. The next Atlas V launch is scheduled for later this month on October 30th. Back to you.
All right, Chris, that's pretty cool. Now, get ready to be spooked. Right, it's only the second day of October, but from Palm Beach County to the Treasure Coast, several haunted houses are beginning to open up for business. News Channel 5's Christina Noche is in Boca Raton today with a spooky sneak peek of Enigma Haunt.
Enigma Haunt in Boca Raton opens at 7 o'clock tonight. Now, you know it can be expensive to get Halloween costumes for your kids and for your family. Well, we have a professional makeup artist here who showed us some cheap, easy, awesome things that you can do that won't cost you a lot of money. In the meantime, she also used all her talents to turn me into a pretty unrecognizable creature.
Malene Miranda, the professional makeup artist for Enigma Haunt, spent the morning turning me into a zombie, and gotta say, the transformation was unreal. And of course, she does have professional airbrush machines and makeup and face holds, but even she uses some really cheap, easy tricks that you can find at home. Now, take a look first at some of these costume ideas. All of these are under $10 or $15. Some of them you can even find in your house, and they're really easy and really cool. The National Retail Federation just recently said people will spend about $75 less this year on costumes, decorations, and candy. Even though they're going to the Halloween stores, it looks like they're doing more browsing and not really spending money on those expensive costumes. Malene says it's important to work with your body type. If you're tall, be a tall character and use stuff you already have.
If you take tissue paper or just Kleenex that you separate your plies, get rid of your nice clean edges, and you can layer those on with latex and a blow dryer and get that wrinkly effect, or where it looks like your skin is peeling, you can pick little pieces out and get the same zombie-ish effect.
Christina Noche, WPTV, News Channel 5.
All right, you got me. The jobs report for September was released this morning, and job hiring is slowing down. Employers added just 142,000 jobs last month, but analysts were expecting more than 200,000. The unemployment rate remained at 5.1%, only because more Americans stopped looking for work and are no longer counted as being unemployed.
America's busiest travel season is almost here, but it may not be as busy this year. The travel group Orbit says airfare bookings are down by about 9% so far. So if you're holding out, take note. The secret week to book the best price is October 5th through the 12th. After that, November 6th and the 7th is when Christmas travelers will see prices dip back down again.
Plus, it's getting pretty tough to travel.
It really is. It's an all-day affair.
Wait till the season hits. Wow.
Imagine spending most of your life in blindness or suffering from severe visual impairment. Up next, this is a miracle. If you have really, really strong vision loss, you're going to hear about this new technology that is changing the lives of the visually impaired.
And Hillary Clinton is bringing her campaign to South Florida. A look at what the presidential hopeful has on her agenda.
All that after the break. You're watching Today on 5 at 11. Keep it right here.
At Bednar's, freshness sounds like this. And looks like this. I'm Steve Bednar. Visit Bednar's today. Fresh, locally grown produce from our farm to your table.
When you commit to South University, we commit to you. When you put your future in our hands, we push you to your potential. When you seek a new path to success, we surround you with support. When you decide to enroll with us, we can help you transfer your credits. When you invest in your future, we make your time worth it. When you start down your new path, we give you history to build upon. Call South University or visit us online. We're ready for you. Next Friday, Undateable goes live.
I'm gonna live tweet that it's on. Send! There it is!
And it's the only live sitcom anywhere. Undateable Live, next Friday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
I feel like this wasn't in the script.
Over 23 million people have made Blind Spot fall's #1 new show. Monday, the clue that could uncover her identity.
We had your DNA tested.
You have the results?
Yes. New Blind Spot, Monday after The Voice on NBC. And get the NBC app.
There she is. Move in.
Don't be alarmed! They said it was approved, but it was only for that car.
Rules?
It's my credit.
Drive Time will approve you for every single car in the lot, and that's a lot.
Are you ready in the back? We're gonna do this right now!
A lot on a lot, all ready to be bought, even if you got bad credit.
Save yourself. Get approved at Drive Time first. Call, click, or visit.
It's the super sale at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. You won't believe the incredible selection of great-looking Lazy Boy furniture now at super savings. And the more you buy, the more you'll save. Choose from recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. And save up to $1,000 throughout the store, plus 12-month special financing. For a super selection at super savings you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the super sale. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
At Bednar's, freshness sounds like this. And looks like this. I'm Steve Bednar. Visit Bednar's today. Fresh, locally grown produce from our farm to your table.
Imagine being legally blind and getting a decent amount of your vision back with just a pair of glasses. That's the case for Liz Luzader, who joins us this morning, and she also joins me with her doctor, Dr. Scott Gardner. Thank you both for being here. This is amazing technology. So, Liz, let's start with you describing to me how bad your vision is.
I'm legally blind. I always describe it as being when you have your eyes dilated and you walk outside into the sun and you try to read something and everything is very bright and blurry. That's how I walk around all the time.
And you told me this happened in your 20s?
It did, yes.
And so what do you have? What do you suffer from?
It's called cone rod dystrophy.
Dr. Gardner, how many people suffer from this rod dystrophy and have low vision or they're legally blind?
Well, in Palm Beach County, we have about 50,000 people who are visually impaired and about 10,000 legally blind. Rod cone dystrophy is a more rare condition where less than 1,000 people have that. And this technology not only enhances the vision and maximizes the remaining vision the patient has, but the main goal of this is to allow them to do their activities of daily living.
I know probably more than 10, 15 years ago I did a story on the Jordan glasses, but this is a great update on that, isn't it?
Right, and this is the new Jordy glasses, was there, about 15 years ago.
And what is this called?
And this is called the eSight technology glasses, and it's electronic glasses, but what's nice about this, it's for all distances, because there are a lot of special type of devices that might help somebody for distance, but another device for near. This one allows a person just to put it on,
it does
be able to
everything.
see
distance, intermediate, and near.
What has it done for you, Liz?
It just makes me so happy to think about the fact that I'll actually be able to see my son graduate this year.
This is amazing. When you put them on the first time, what did you say to yourself?
It just butterflies in my stomach. Just the thought of knowing I was going to be there, but actually knowing that I'll be able to see him.
Okay,
so just amazing.
Very quickly on an eye chart, you can't see the biggest E. Let's put the glasses on and let's show everybody at home exactly. Again, Liz can't
This
see
is the new technology
big E,
glasses.
and this is the new E technology glasses. So you're going to put them on and you're going to look at this chart.
Right.
And again, this is not the biggest of the letters at all.
And just so you know, without the glasses, has a very
Perfect.
difficult
Yes.
time here.
And then
Now with this,
what can you read?
So I see 4295387.
That's remarkable.
okay.
That's remarkable.
So that
It's
came down
exciting.
to like 20/40 vision.
Liz would like to get these glasses. They are $15,000 because of this immeasurable technology. You have a GoFundMe page. We have a link to that. And if you're interested to help Liz and many other people, you're available through Lighthouse of the Blind or For the Blind. Dr. Gardner, thank you both for sharing this. I call it miracle technology.
Right.
Thank you both.
And this month
have a miracle.
is Vision Awareness Month, so it's good that you had us here today.
It's a pleasure to have you and to share this technology. Holly and John, back to you.
Listening to Liz's story, she's going to get to see her son graduate.
How wonderful is that?
I
Yeah.
think her GoFundMe page, it's going to reach that
Right.
goal. Wow. Many people think CPR is kind of something difficult to do, and doing it wrong could have tragic results.
But the new way of doing CPR should alleviate those fears.
It's the I-95 Summer RV Show. A huge selection of RVs in air-conditioned comfort. Like this new Itasca by Winnebago Lips diesel pusher, discounted over $126,000. The I-95 Summer RV Show going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orden has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze. And he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his MicroPure resurfacing pads, intensive repair serum, and collagen lift moisturizer, a $200 value free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-399-2119. That's 1-800-399-2119. Order now.
It's the I-95 Summer RV Show. A huge selection of RVs in air-conditioned comfort. Like this used Keystone, Montana, discounted to just $211 per month. The I-95 Summer RV Show going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
Time and temperature from TD Bank.
Presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton is in North Palm Beach this afternoon quietly courting voters. A local trial lawyer put together a $2,700 ahead fundraiser at his home. The rest of the public will get a chance to see the candidate. However, at a rally at Broward College. That starts at 2:30. And then later this evening, Clinton has 2 fundraisers scheduled, one in Fort Lauderdale, the other in Miami.
And the person who could be one of Hillary Clinton's chief challengers, Vice President Joe Biden, is waiting a little longer to decide if he's going to run. CNN says the vice president will not make a decision before the first Democratic debate later this month on the 13th. Sources say the vice president doesn't feel any pressure to make a decision soon. Polls show a lot of Mrs. Clinton supporters would defect to the VP if he does decide to run. It's not the case with candidate Bernie Sanders.
The U.S. Department of Justice is set to release the findings of its third and final review stemming from the unrest in Ferguson. Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager, was killed last year during a confrontation with former Ferguson officer Darren Wilson, who is white. This led to months of unrest in the St. Louis suburb. A grand jury and the Justice Department declined to prosecute Wilson, who resigned. 2 previous reports criticized Ferguson police, municipal court practices, and police response to protests.
Even though we have the weekend right in front of us, I think a lot of us aren't looking at our weather. We're looking at what's going on with our friends and relatives in the Northeast this weekend.
Could happen. Millions of people are going to be affected by this hurricane in one way or another.
All right, let's check in with Glenn for the latest on its track. Hi, Glenn.
Yeah, good morning. You know what? The new track is much better for the east coast of the U.S. as long as it holds true. However, the Bahamas still getting hammered this morning with a Category 4 storm, Joaquin, with winds at 130 miles per hour. We also have another little area of disturbed weather with an 80% chance for development out in the central Atlantic. That's just going to move to the north. It's not going to bother anybody. So let's take a look at these spaghetti models for Joaquin, and they are in better agreement now that this storm will stay a little farther away from the east coast of the U.S. But it is a big storm, so we can still have an impact along the immediate coast. We're going to see some very big swells from this storm as we head into the weekend, and that will increase the risk for rip currents along our area beaches. We could see 6 to 10 foot seas along our coast over the weekend. That's huge. Here's a look at what's happening right now, though. A gorgeous day, a warm and humid day. And it's going to stay pretty sticky throughout the day. We do have a weak cold front that's working its way down the Florida Peninsula right now, but it won't move all the way through until later tonight, and the drier air behind the front really won't start pushing in until tomorrow morning, and that's when you'll start to notice a bit of a difference. So we've got a little bit of rainfall out there right now, not a whole lot. Here's Vipercast through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. You'll see some pop-up showers here and there. That's what we're looking for this afternoon. Only about a 30% chance or less for rainfall today with some pop-up showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, mostly shower activity. Some of that activity could linger overnight as the front pushes the rest of the way through, and then that drier air starts to work in tomorrow. Here's lunchtime tomorrow, so things looking pretty good. I think things will be pretty good while I'm live out at the Green Market tomorrow morning in West Palm Beach as well. It looks good, and it may be a little on the cool side. That's when you'll really notice the difference during the morning hours, both Saturday morning and Sunday morning, because that low humidity, the slightly cooler temperatures is going to feel good. It's feel hot during the afternoon hours, Saturday and Sunday, but a little cooler in the mornings. Rip current risk is going to continue to increase as the swells from Joaquin impact our coast. Highs today pretty close to 90 degrees. Isolated rainfall still a possibility this afternoon. Tomorrow, a 10% chance or less for any rainfall. That'll primarily be early in the day as the clouds behind the front kind of filter through the area. High temperatures still in the upper 80s, but lower humidity. The nighttime lows in the low 70s, some upper 60s, possible inland. And then we start to heat up a little bit. Looks like we could see another front move through on Tuesday with some drier air behind that.
Let's get to your health alerts right now. An 8th person here in Florida has contracted West Nile. The Department of Health is warning, this is in Hillsborough County, that the infected person is a man in the Tampa Bay area. And while this is the 8th reported cases here, this is the first time it's been an adult male. The health department has issued an alert for the county telling everyone to take extra care to protect themselves from mosquitoes. John?
If you needed to perform CPR, would you know how? Maybe even if you do know, you might be a bit hesitant. Coming to the aid of someone who is experiencing cardiac arrest might seem a bit daunting, but recent studies show any type of actual hands-on aid might be the difference between life and death. Now, more and more states are pushing to educate the public about the critical importance of performing CPR.
There's no longer the need to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. The important thing is to put the hands on the center of the chest, push hard and fast 100 times a minute, and keep doing it until the paramedics arrive.
The new guidelines apply to adults only, and that's because when children collapse and are unresponsive, it's often not the heart, but rather a problem with their airway, a seizure, or perhaps another problem. Experts say that you can learn bystander CPR in just 30 minutes.
Here's an interesting story. A veteran Alabama police officer is retiring after 35 years of service with no sick days. That's right, Tuscaloosa Captain Mike Flowers works his final shift today. He became a policeman in 1980, and he's worked without ever taking a sick day. Flowers kept coming to work after a motorcycle crash in the 1980s, and he kept on working after emergency surgery in 2010. Flowers says his work ethic was instilled in him by his parents. That's pretty impressive, isn't it, Holliday and John?
He took it to heart,
Goodness
indeed.
gracious,
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey, if you need something to do this weekend, tomorrow, in fact, the Green Market kicks off in West Palm Beach. Our very own Glenn Glazer is the host once again.
Yeah, he ordered the weather specifically
We
for
love
that.
it.
Perfect. Coming up, all you can expect at this year's Green Market. We'll be right back.
If it happens around the world and locally, you're going to know about it on Today on 5.
We have this huge team that's busy making sure you have everything you need the moment you turn on the television.
I'm a military veteran, so a stickler for details. That definitely goes for the stories that are important to you.
It can be intense sometimes with all of the breaking news, but we have a huge commitment.
There's not a spot in the Palm Beaches and Treasure Coast that we don't cover.
Start your day with Ashley Walters and Mike Trim today on 5, WPTV News Channel 5.
This is the home that you made. This is the bowl that inspired your first dinner party that made a mess that you'll deal with later because it's time for charades in the home that you made. Unique finds, amazing prices. Home Goods, make home yours.
Join us for the 42nd Annual Oktoberfest at the American German Club in Lake Worth. Enjoy German music, beer, and food, as well as a fun kids carnival. Get your tickets today. 2 admissions and 2 beers for $13. Kids are free. Fun for the whole family. Visit AmericanGermanClub.org.
Whoa, come here. Let me try this cheese I got.
That is really good.
Right?
Yeah. Where'd you get this?
The Publix Deli. Comes from a special creamery on an island outside the UK.
A little sharp, nutty. It's probably got a really classy name, right? Hard to pronounce.
That's crazy.
Do it. Blow my cheese mind.
Are you
Hit
ready?
it. I'm ready.
Cheddar.
We went all the way to the Isle of Man to find the perfect specialty cheddar. It's the cheese upgrade you'll love, and so will everyone else. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Capital Carpet and Tile is having a huge Mohawk anniversary sale.
And I'm in charge of crowd control.
Every flooring, carpet, and window treatment is on sale with no interest until 2018. Even Mohawk's Smart Strand Forever Clean, the toughest, easiest to clean carpet on the planet, is on sale.
And I call every customer after every sale to make sure you're happy.
Hurry now to this incredible sale at Capital Carpet and Tile to get the best prices and a superior experience.
So why would you buy from anyone else?
Friday nights at 11. It's on. The hits, the action, the spirit, high school gridiron highlights. It's football night in South Florida. Only on WPTV News Channel 5, powered by Duffy Sports Grill.
The Now South Florida, stories everyone's talking about right now. Making sure you're in the know.
With new information before everyone else.
It's a bold new way to get your news. The Now South Florida, weekdays at 4 on WPTV News Channel 5.
Join us for the 42nd Annual Oktoberfest at the American German Club in Lake Worth. Enjoy German music, beer, and food, as well as a fun kids carnival. Get your tickets today. 2 admissions and 2 beers for $13. Kids are free. Fun for the whole family. Visit AmericanGermanClub.org.
This is the home that you made. This is the ottoman that hides the toys and can also be used for something a little more grown up in the home that you made. Unique finds, amazing prices. Home Goods, make home yours.
Investigators have confirmed human remains found in Lake Park are those of a missing woman, Princess Tiffany Hosang. She disappeared late last month, and on Wednesday, as law enforcement in Palm Beach County was handing out missing person flyers, they discovered her remains. They are now calling this a homicide. They're asking anyone with any information, call Crime Stoppers, and the number is right there on your screen. The 10-year-old Palm City boy, state investigators say was poisoned after his home was fumigated in Palm City, is making strides in his long recovery. Although hope is rising, so are the bills for his medical care. To help, tonight the Stillery in Stewart is hosting a party for Peyton The event will include a live band, karaoke, and raffles. A portion of the proceeds sold from 6 until 10 will go to the family to help pay for Peyton's care.
Some state news for you now. The first bear hunt in more than 20 years is a go. A judge yesterday decided the FWC was within its rights to schedule the week-long hunt. An environmentalist group tried to stop the hunt, saying the FWC used outdated information and flawed research. The hunt begins October 24th. It'll last for a week. This allows for 320 bears to be killed. The state says that there are more than 3,500 bears in Florida. That's up from just a few hundred back in the 1970s. All right, let's check in with Glenn and Holly, who are at the green market, sort of.
Doesn't it look gorgeous over here?
I can't believe it's this time of year again.
Goodness
it goes by
gracious.
so fast. I'm so excited about it. This is the 21st year of the West Palm Beach Green Market.
Congratulations.
It opens tomorrow.
High-fives all around.
Nice work, everybody.
And I am so honored that for the 10th year in a row, I get to MC the event tomorrow morning. It's so exciting for me.
You're going to be out there in action,
Yeah.
and you always do such a great job. I came out and I watched you yesterday, or gosh, I said it yesterday for the
It seems like yesterday.
Last year, Chef David Pantone is going to make a quick dish for us using only, we have to brag, local ingredients. But we want to speak to the West Palm Beach Community Events Manager, Mary Pinnock, I'm sorry, did I say that right?
That's
Listen,
fine.
congratulations to you, because you were with this when it first started, 21 years.
I have been with the city of West Palm Beach 26 years, and we did start the Green Market back 21 years ago. And it's grown to quite a success, and we're really, really happy about it.
It wasn't always where it is now, because now, of course, we have the gorgeous new waterfront. But I know when my friend Revis is here, she'll be out there with me tomorrow morning. When we started 10 years ago, it was on the back on the side street there.
It was over by the old city hall,
Right.
and kind of tucked away, and we didn't have space for, but about 40 vendors. And then the beautiful new waterfront just opened up so many opportunities, not just for the Green Market, but for everything that we do in community events. Very exciting.
Mary, today, how many vendors would you say?
We have 80 vendors,
Wow.
and 23 of those vendors are new this year. So we have some really exciting new products, vendors that are just charged up to be out there, and I can't wait for tomorrow morning.
My wife looked down the list and she saw the pickle lady is going to be there. Because my wife is pregnant, by the way. She's like, is the pickle lady going to be there?
That's what she wants? Not the
Put in my order
She
for
wants
case.
everything.
Okay, all
She
right,
wants everything,
clarified.
but I know it's cliche, but she wants the pickle lady.
And
So
I
wanna
know
make sure
somebody
that-
asked me to ask, will the mimosa bar be
The
out there?
Mimosa Bar will be out there, as well as the little oasis area where
There
you
you
can
go.
sit and relax after you've shopped out.
Cider donuts?
Oh, my
Always the
goodness.
cider donuts.
Enough said.
Oh my goodness,
Enough
they're
said.
so
Yeah.
good. All right, so there's a new theme this year for the Green Market.
There absolutely is. And we're working with the Lincoln Culinary Institute to create, emphasis on the 8, fresh.
Okay, create fresh.
Gotcha. On the waterfront. And we have actually an Instagram contest that we're working with
Yes.
Chef Pantone on, that we want everybody from tomorrow through the 31st of October to buy their products from the Green Market vendors,
Okay.
take a picture of their dish, put it on Instagram at West Palm BCH, hashtag Create Fresh WPB, and you might win.
We have to get
We'll
that
put
on
that
our
up
website.
somewhere, 'cause that's long.
Whatever
Private
dish they
cooking
make.
lesson.
And
You win
this
a
is whatever
private cooking
dish
lesson at the
with
school.
Chef Pantone.
Yeah.
So, and using fresh ingredients again
Right.
by. You made something.
I'm
I'm
happy to say I didn't make anything here.
No.
All this came from the market. So
But
we
he's
have some,
tested it all, including the pepper.
So we just have some great tasty produce. We've got some beautiful local honeys and some preserved goods. This is a beautiful gluten-free carrot and tahini cake, and there's a couple toothpicks for
That's gonna
tasting.
add a little up.
These are amazing pumpkin spiced marshmallows.
What?
There's one missing already, and
Are
I'm
we
allowed
allowed
to
to
do
try
that.
them?
I'm the
Oh.
chef. I think you should.
I can't eat and talk at the same time. Lucy,
Yeah, so we can just say yum and stuff. This is orange blossom honey that I'm going to put on top of mine because it's just amazing.
Make it even
Oh,
sweeter.
I know these guys.
Yeah, would you like some?
I did a story with these guys, and the bees weren't too happy with us.
Stuffed marshmallows.
They
Come
risk
on.
their lives for this honey every day.
I'm just saying, only in America can you get pumpkin stuffed marshmallows. Come
You know
on,
what?
God bless.
I might get a lot
That's
of
good.
emails for saying this, but these might rival the donuts out there.
Oh no!
They're good.
We
have a
will tell
throwdown.
somebody else you said that. So 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every weekend now, starting every Saturday, starting tomorrow all the way through May.
Right through May.
Okay.
We'll be there.
And pets are welcome. Yes?
Absolutely. If we love well-behaved pets on short leashes, and
All right.
we do want short
leashes. And people are welcome too. Don't forget their paws get hot walking around the streets there. Thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to see you tomorrow morning.
We look forward to seeing the results of this competition and who's going to win. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Who will reign supreme?
Now I will eat my marshmallow.
Rocks, John, back over to you.
I don't know, but that gluten-free bread has my name on it.
What Pantone say? It all looks delicious.
It does, doesn't
it's
it?
always a great time
And
at the Green Market.
The Green Market is fabulous, and more than 20 new vendors you can't miss. You got to explore, even if you've been there every year since we started back there. How many decades ago?
Well, from year one.
Parents with young children, you do want to stay with us because we've got to tell you about a popular crib that's being sold at Target. It's now being recalled, and it's expanding that recall.
And another major company is hacked. Find out if your license or perhaps Social Security number could be at risk.
New tacos are taking Hurricane Grill and Wings by storm. Try our mesquite beef, tropical chicken, or Carolina pulled pork tacos with chips and salsa for just $7.99. This flavor forecast won't last long, so visit one of our 7 Palm Beach area locations today.
The threat of a hurricane is a fact of life. Being prepared can make all the difference. FEMA recommends that you protect your home and family from severe weather by preventing the breach of the building. What can you do to protect your home? The new MaxForce EXT Series windows are the clear choice. MaxForce EXT Series windows are built to withstand hurricane forces and protect your most valuable investment, your home. Hurricane protection also means security protection. To prove it, we put MaxForce EXT windows to the ultimate test. MaxForce EXT Series windows survive whatever is thrown at them. The MaxForce products received an overall design pressure rating of 100. This placed it into a category leaps ahead of the nearest vinyl products, easily withstanding the most powerful Category 5 hurricanes. From Hurricane Opal in 1990 to the present hurricane season, MaxForce EXT windows and doors have withstood over 100 named storms and nearly 75 hurricanes since 1989. For hurricane protection for your home, the choice is clear.
Excuse me, this bill is almost double what I was expecting.
It covers all your work, and then some.
Then some?
Like office supplies.
Well, I'm off to the club.
Then some?
Okay, let's try something new.
And here's your statement.
I could hug you.
Bring it in.
At Aspen Dental, we promise peace of mind with guaranteed price quotes, flexible financing options, and free exam and x-rays for patients without insurance. Just call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Wow, this place is spectacular.
Thank you. We worked with a designer from Haverty's for a complete refresh.
You must be happy to get out of that tiny house.
Yeah, you know, when we realized how great the furniture could be, we knew we wanted more space.
How much more space?
We went from 100 square feet
To 3,000. We still have the original structure. She uses it as a yoga studio.
It's more like a tool shed.
Refresh your space during our harvest sale at Haverty's. Plus, enjoy 36-month no-interest financing. Haverty's, discover something new.
Florida Sire Stakes, Saturday, October 3rd, over $1 million in purses.
The forecast calls for a 100% chance of spicy, sweet, and savory flavors. Try them all with our new beach combo. Get jumbo wings or hurricane boneless wing dippers, plus your choice of sliders, nachos, tacos, and more. Just $10.99 for a limited time at Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Good morning and welcome back. 11:39 Friday. Attention dog owners, some dog treats sold at Dollar General and Dollar Tree stores nationwide are being recalled. They could be contaminated with salmonella. The recall involves Good and Fun beef hide chicken sticks. The dog treats are packaged in 2.8-ounce bags stamped on the backside with the lot number AO15010. The expiration date is March of 2018. Pets with salmonella infections may be lethargic and have diarrhea, fever, and vomiting. And Da Vinci is expanding its crib recall as more reports come in about mattress support brackets breaking and detaching. Back in July, nearly 12,000 of the cribs were recalled. That recall has now been expanded to include about 6,000 more. It covers certain full-size crib models. You see those names there on your screen. These cribs were sold at Target and online in 2012 and 2013. Stop using these cribs if you have them and contact where you got the crib from to get a replacement.
If you're a T-Mobile customer, you've got to listen to this one. Your personal information may be at risk. Hackers have made off with the information of more than 15 million customers. Things like license numbers, addresses, and social security numbers. This hack affects those who applied to sign up for T-Mobile service last month. Anyone who applied for a regular T-Mobile USA postpaid plan between September of 2013 until September of this year is also included in this. If you've been affected, you're eligible for 2 years of free credit monitoring and identity protection.
In other tech news, Apple could be, look at this, developing a new wearable device. It's even smaller. Think about this in the Apple Watch. It's actually an Apple Ring. The tech giant recently filed a patent for a wearable ring. This is kind of a computer. Think of it that way. According to the patent filing, the ring would be linked to a larger device like an iPhone. Smart rings would also have a touch display. It would be worn on the index finger, and then you would control it with the thumb. And so, you know, a lot there going on.
That's a little different, doesn't
really?
it? Yeah. Hey, whatever.
Put a ring on
Sometimes
it.
the smaller the better.
Yeah.
Put a ring on it. I like that.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, Photobomb. Some of you know him, but if you don't, you'll definitely want to know all about him. We're talking about Jack the Bike Man. Up next, his latest efforts to help others in the community.
I love that pink and green one right there in the middle.
When you slip or trip on something, you might feel embarrassed. But don't blame yourself. Businesses have a responsibility to keep their floors safe. If you're injured from a fall, call a lawyer you can trust. Call me, Attorney Craig Goldenfarb.
The Now South Florida, stories everyone's talking about right now. Making sure you're in the know.
With new information before everyone else.
It's a bold new way to get your news. The Now South Florida, weekdays at 4 on WPTV News Channel 5.
Yesterday, we mapped the DNA of Patricia's breast cancer. Yesterday, we delivered a targeted treatment to stop David's skin cancer. Yesterday, we discovered the drug that works for Amanda's leukemia also stops Daniel's bone cancer. But that was yesterday. Today and tomorrow, our team of experts and researchers discover, develop, and deliver the most precise treatments. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center. No one is more prepared to fight your cancer.
Get new floors during Empire Today's best sale, the half price sale. Half price on beautiful new carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and laminate. Plus, half price on quality professional installation. That's half price for your entire job. Empire makes flooring easy. See samples in your home, get a free estimate during your appointment, and your floors are professionally installed. It's Empire's half price sale on floors and installation. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. At the Indian River Press Journal, we cover local with the largest news gathering operation in Indian River County. Stories affecting your life right now and those shaping your future for tomorrow. The environment, education, crime and politics. Indian River County is growing, and so is the Indian River Press Journal. And TC Poem Social and the Press Journal is your guide to fun in and around Indian River County. Things to do, things to see, things to try. At the Press Journal and tcpoem.com, we cover your backyard every day. Where you live, where you work and play. The Press Journal and TC Poem, online and on time.
If you're in a car accident, who will you trust to handle your case? I've been working to earn the confidence of my clients since my first day as a lawyer almost 20 years ago. If you've been injured in a car accident, call a lawyer you can trust. Call me, Attorney Craig Goldenfarb.
We have breaking news just coming into the newsroom concerning an arrest that's been made in Belle Glade from a shooting last weekend that hurt an 8-year-old. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office just posted this to their Facebook page. They said Tanaris Rogers, who you see here, was driving a Range Rover when he fired those shots. One of those bullets grazed an 8-year-old girl. John and Jack?
All right, here we are. You may have heard of him, or you might have a bike from his shop if you're so lucky. And joining us today is our good friend, Jack the Bike Man. And in case his name doesn't ring a bell, ring, ring, we should have gotten one of the bikes with a little bell on it. Jack the Bike Man has been in our community for a long time, making a difference. So it's so good to see you again.
Thank you, John. It's good to be here.
Well, don't act so shocked that people want to see you again and again and again. You know, when we first met Jack the Bike Man, he was just operating out of his house, fixing up a few used bicycles and giving them to the kids in the neighborhood. But you've come a long way, baby, as they say. And now it's a heck of a nice little enterprise, and you're doing a lot for the community. What's the latest on Jack the Bike Man?
Well, Jack the Bike Man is now really, really, really big. We've got a 14,000 square foot warehouse building, and we go through about 5,000 bikes every year.
And it's not just for Christmas anymore. I mean, it's a year-round operation.
It's every day.
A lot of people to work.
Yes, it's every day. We've had kids that have hung out in the shop and learned about repair who have come to work for us when they were old enough, graduated from high school. One in the Marines now, one in the Army, and they have good lives, and I think it's because that we encourage them and
you gave them a purpose.
Gave them a purpose.
Absolutely.
Yes. And these are kids that probably would have been in the gangs, and they didn't join the gangs. They came to Jack the Bike Man instead.
Good deal. You know you've made it when you can just refer to the guy as Jack the Bike Man and no last name needed. Hairston, in case anybody's interested. But that's kind of cool that you've done so much for the community over the years. So how many bikes have you given out this year so far?
Oh, I haven't had time to sit down and count a lot. We have so many new little programs that we're working with the bikes. This right here, these beautiful bikes, these are hand-painted bikes.
That's beautiful.
And they were completely rusty frames that we took to the South Tech Vocational Academy. And the students there, they painted them, and then we put all new parts on them, and they're wonderful bikes.
You've got your annual bike drive coming up. When is that?
That is, will be right before Christmas, and we will need 1,000 bikes for that day.
Good timing.
And we're working daily with the homeless. And people in early recovery in the halfway houses. We get them to work for a bicycle instead of just handing them out, and it helps their self-esteem by doing that.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. What's the phone number if people have a bicycle, whether it's new or used, or they want to donate some money or a bike? Where can they get a hold of you?
I like that. 561-832-0071.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Jack the Bike Man. Have a good Halloween. Have a good Christmas season. Hope to see you before then.
I hope so.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go back over to you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Let's start with another look at Hurricane Joaquin as it continues to churn its way slightly north now, but still a lot of warnings over the Bahamas. In fact, hurricane warnings and then some tropical storm warnings also issued down to the southeast here and down to the southwest, northern coast of Cuba. But the storm is very, very large. Category 4 storm, a major hurricane, winds at 130 miles per hour. Here are all the warnings and watches that are in effect. You can see all the red here. This is all the islands that are under hurricane warnings. And then you get into the tropical storm warnings a little farther to the south along the northern coast of Cuba, all the way down here by the Turks and Caicos as well. You know, as the storm starts to move north over the next couple of days, these warnings will be lifted, but it's still hammering the central Bahamas right now as a Category 4 storm, but it has started to move north, and it will start to accelerate to the north over the next couple of days, and also it will weaken a bit to a Category 3, Category 2, and by the end of the weekend, a Category 1 storm. The good news is about the latest track is it looks like it'll stay a little farther away from the east coast of the U.S. It still could have an impact, especially with big swells moving in along the coast, but let's hope it continues to trend this direction, staying away from the U.S. East Coast. Now, let's take a look at what's happening locally. A few showers around so far this morning. Could see a few showers this afternoon. Not expecting a lot of rainfall today. Only about a 20 to 30% chance for isolated rainfall. Here's 4 o'clock this afternoon. You see a few showers possibly popping up. And then even overnight tonight, the slim chance for a few showers as that weak cold front continues to work its way through the area. Rain chances will go from about 30% today down to about 10% or less tomorrow, and then back up to around 30% Sunday and Monday before a second front moves through early Tuesday, bringing with it some drier air. If you want to check out the International Space Station, clouds permitting, tonight will be a good night for it at about 7:27 tonight. It will be visible for 6 minutes, moving south-southwest to northeast across our skies. Let me show you the forecast for today. High temperatures getting pretty close to 90. Winds are going to pick up a lot this afternoon because of the pressure gradient, the difference between pressure between Joaquin and the pressure we have over top of us right now. Then it'll stay breezy straight through the weekend. Very nice conditions, lower humidity over the weekend. You'll notice it especially at night as the temperatures drop down to the upper 60s and low 70s. We warm back up a little toward the beginning of the week and then a little drier toward midweek next week.
Local chefs, have you heard about this? They are helping Meals on Wheels of the Palm Beaches. The area's most popular restaurants will be baking more than 2,000 pies for Pie It Forward. It's that time again. You can purchase pies now through November 14th, so you've got some time there. The pies, you'll want to know this, come in 3 flavors, apple, pecan, and pumpkin. Which one would you guys choose?
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin, I'm right there with you, Roxanne. John, you've got good taste, my friend. To purchase a pie, all you have to do is head on over to the Meals on Wheels website right there on your screen. Each one is $25, which is the equivalent of feeding a homebound senior for one entire week. All of the funds raised during this campaign, they do stay local, helping to feed the homebound here in Palm Beach County.
As we wrap up our week-long celebration to Oktoberfest, we want to leave you with one dish that I know you're going to love. It's a fill-you-up Old World classic that's worthy of being a year-round favorite. All we do is season some thinly sliced top round with a bit of salt and pepper. Then we top each slice with some chopped onion, chopped pickles, and some cut up bacon. Once they're covered with this, we roll them up jelly roll style and secure them with a toothpick and brown them in a pan. You may have to do this in batches so you don't crowd the pan. Once they're browned, we toss in some more chopped pickle, onion, and bacon along with some beef broth, and we'll let that simmer until the meat is tender. Then all that's left to do is take the roll-ups out and thicken the drippings with a mixture of flour and water. You won't have to tell your gang twice that it's dinner time since this smells so darn good. Maybe serve it up with some spatzel and pickled red cabbage and dig in. I do hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our German Rouladen, as well as all of this week's Oktoberfest recipes. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, hoping you had as much fun as we did celebrating Oktoberfest with lots of, ooh, it's so good. Good stuff. Nice pigtail.
Well, I'm not dressed up as fancy, but I'm having a good time. Hope you are too. All right, time now for my Friday sports review and picks. Here's tonight's high school lineup. Check it out. Seminole Ridge High School versus Wellington High. Big rivalry there, one which we highlighted for you earlier this morning. Boca Raton and Pahokee, both with a 4-0 record, will go at it tonight. Fort Pierce, John Carroll Catholic will take on Inlet Grove. And Suncoast will take on Port St. Lucie tonight. Now, over to the college ranks tomorrow. Florida Atlantic University taking the weekend off. They have a bye week. The University of Miami played last night, allegedly played, I should say. They got bounced by the Cincinnati Bearcats, 34-23. Not good for Coach Al Golden. Not good at all. The Gators take on Ole Miss tomorrow. Now, I'm going to go with Florida here with the big upset to upset the number 3 team in the country. Yes, I think it's time. They're not as bad as we think they are. And Florida State is going up against Wake Forest, but yeah, that should be an easy win for the Seminoles. Over to the NFL. This could be tricky, right? The Dolphins are playing the New York Jets in London. The game is being live streamed Sunday morning on Yahoo Sports. Of course, my Finns will finally put it all together overseas and beat their biggest rivals. Yes, go Finns. They've got to. They've got to. The season is still young. Jameis Winston and the Bucs are playing Cam Newton and the Panthers. Sorry, Jameis. I'm going to go with Cam on this one. The Jaguars take on the Colts, which will not be a big game. I expect the Jags to get clobbered by the Colts. Okay, those are my Friday sport reviews and picks. Tell me your picks on my Facebook page. And as always, tune in to Today on 5 at 11 for my picks on Fridays.
Hope Cam's
Alani,
healthy,
Rox?
John.
We'll see if you're right, John. We'll hold you accountable. We're back after this.
When it's 5 o'clock on News Channel 5, you need to know what's happening right now. Local coverage everywhere.
We are also getting several of your photos.
Steve Lingle.
We still have very heavy rain.
That's right. The big news is the weather.
The only local chopper getting you breaking news first.
Breaking right now. Homes evacuated.
Now that's local coverage you can count on. WPTV News Channel 5.
It's the I-95 RV show in Port St. Lucie. You'll save thousands on a new or used RV. Like this new Fleetwood Storm, discounted to just $401 per month. The I-95 RV show is going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
Get this, I was at my shop, tied up with a customer when I realized the time. I had to get to the bank before it closed, so I made a break for it. When I got out, it was almost closing time. Traffic was bad. I knew I was cutting it close. But it was okay. I use TD Bank. It's got the longest hours and stays open an extra 10 minutes every day. I'm Sid, and I bank human at TD Bank.
Have you been involved in a trucking accident on your local roadways or highways? Like the Florida Turnpike, shift schedules, vehicle maintenance, and cell phone records are all factors that need to be investigated after an accident. Contact an attorney immediately to preserve this crucial evidence. Time is not on your side. Evidence disappears or is altered, and witnesses forget the facts as time goes on. If you've been involved in a trucking accident, call Pike & Lustig today.
It's the super sale at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. You won't believe the incredible selection of great-looking Lazy Boy furniture now at super savings. And the more you buy, the more you'll save. Choose from recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. And save up to $1,000 throughout the store, plus 12 months special financing. For a super selection at super savings you won't find anywhere else. Don't miss the super sale. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Capital Carpet and Tile is having a huge Mohawk anniversary sale.
And I'm in charge of crowd control.
Every flooring, carpet, and window treatment is on sale with no interest until 2018. Even Mohawk's Smart Strand Forever Clean, the toughest, easiest to clean carpet on the planet, is on sale.
And I call every customer after every sale to make sure you're happy.
Hurry now to this incredible sale at Capital Carpet and Tile to get the best prices and a superior experience.
So why would you buy from anyone else?
It's the I-95 RV show in Port St. Lucie. You'll save thousands on a new or used RV. Like this new Road Trek Adventurous, discounted to just $528 per month. The I-95 RV show is going on now at La Mesa RV in Port St. Lucie.
Closed captioning on WPTV is sponsored by Bethesda Health.
11:58, more news and weather for you Monday right here on Today on 5 at 11. We've also got another healthy, wealthy, and wise segment coming up for you. We're going to tell you the foods that you should be eating. We're going to help you fix your finances and give you words of wisdom. Plus, are you recently divorced or you just haven't found your soulmate? Local matchmaker Sigley Flicker has a new book out. She's going to join us with some tips to find your perfect significant other.
We'll enjoy that. Here are the 5 things you need to know before you go today. An Oregon community is reeling after a gunman killed 9 people at a community college. Witnesses say the killer went around asking victims their religion before shooting them. The 26-year-old shooter was gunned down by police.
And just into the newsroom, an arrest has been made in a Belglade shooting from last weekend. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office says Tenoris Rogers was driving a Range Rover when he fired those shots. One of the bullets grazed an 8-year-old girl. Also, the jobs report for last month was released this morning, and job hiring is slowing down. Employers added just 142,000 jobs in September. The good news, though, the unemployment rate remained at 5.1%.
Presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton is in North Palm Beach this afternoon, quietly courting voters. The rest of the public will get a chance to see her at a rally at Broward College. That starts at 2:30. And the Green Market kicks off tomorrow in West Palm Beach, downtown. In fact, over 80 local vendors will be there offering fresh produce, gourmet, and specialty foods. It starts again Saturday morning, 9 to 1, and this goes on each Saturday until the end of May. So something to look forward to.
Somebody who's going to be
there.
there.
Should be pretty good weather for it, right?
Should be nice. Should be nice. Enjoy lower humidity this weekend, especially tomorrow. Rain chances do go up a little bit on Sunday.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us at 11 o'clock. We hope you enjoy your weekend in paradise.
Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Today on Rachel Ray. What is your profile really saying about you?
Is this a woman you could see yourself in a relationship with?
No, I don't. Can Clinton and Devin transform her style and her profile?
Did she get a right swipe now?
Hell yeah.
Plus, GMA's Amy Robach, and spice things up with this pepper-powered pasta. Yum! And now, are you ready for Rachel?
We're going to start today with first impressions. When it comes to dating especially, first impressions are, of course, everything. But in today's world of online dating, I'm so happy I'm not in on this, your profile becomes your only impression, period. Our first guests are the hosts of a new show trying to help daters transform not only their profiles, but literally themselves. Check it out.
We showed your profile to 100 men.
Are you serious?
Yes. How many do you think said they could see themselves in a relationship with you?
15 of them, possibly.
All right, well, let's see.
Oh my God, are you serious? Which 3? No, I'm kidding.
But I'm not even sure you would want any of those
You're
three,
right.
because they're attracted to a really weird profile.
That, of course, is our good friend and one of the hosts of The Chew. But now he's the co-host of TLC's Love at First Swipe. Please welcome back to our show Clinton Kelly and his co-host, Devin Simone.